What's up with you? For today's video, this is going to be your guide on how to use Wo-Chien in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'll be doing some competitive movesets and some fun meme movesets as well. Now, previously today we did a chien-pao moveset and I also did a ting-lu moveset. So if you want to check them out, I've already uploaded them to the channel. Just head over to there now. And after this, there's only one more left to complete the quartet. Now, if there's any moveset you'd like me to actually do, I'm trying to cover the Gen 9 Pokemon first, but I will be doing other Pokemon in the future. Leave it below in the comment section, and if there's anything you'd like to add to my movesets, I'd love to, see your comments and thoughts in the comment section below there. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, looking at Wo-Chien's stats to begin with, this Pokemon has a thumping. Look at that, 135 base special defense. That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. So we've got 85 health, which is base health, which is respectable, nothing insane, and we've got 100 base defense as well. So a very sort of tanky, odd sort of stats, I guess you say. And we've got a dark and grass type too. Now this has got the Tablet to Ruin ability. So what this does is the attack stat of other Pokemon is going to be reduced by 25%. So what does that mean? It's going to be a lot more tanky on the defensive side. So that's why I built this one more special defensive for our first build here. So this is a build that I did do earlier on, and it actually worked fairly well. So I've given it max health EVs, of course. I like my 252 EVs, and we've got max special defense calm nature. Now, you could easily go like... Honestly, it's got such a big special defense that you could easily do this as well. I was thinking this could work as for EV spreads. You could go max defense. You've got calm nature, and that's very good. All well-rounded bulk too. And you've got Tablets of Ruin will make it even more tanky on the defensive side, right? So you could do either one of those EV spreads there, sort of up to what you want to use on your team, or you can play around and do like different little EV spread builds there to try and make everything nice and even. But I've got leftovers as the item on this Wo-Chien set, and the moves I got are as follows. So I've got Leech Seed. Leech Seed is an excellent move there. It gives recovery. It can cause swaps, and I've also got it paired with leftovers, so you've got double recovery. Now, Ruination is definitely Wo-Chien's bread and butter for this sort of set, getting that nice fixed damage, and it works very, very well with Leech Seed, as fixed damage moves do not scale well, so it's important to have that damage at the end. So you're probably wondering why I put Poison Powder on here. It doesn't actually get Toxic, which is a real shame, but Toxic would be really, really nice on the set, but it's actually still not a bad move. So you've got Leech Seed, Poison Powder stacking at the same time, and you've also got Ruination, so the opponent isn't going to be lasting for very long at all. Now, if you've got a Grass type coming in there, and you really can't do too much, or you've got a Pokemon coming in that's going to set up on you, I feel like Foul Play is not a bad move to also put on there too. Like, you could have Ruination or Foul Play if you wanted to, but I just wanted to put Foul Play in there because it's important, it's like bulky Pokemon. People think they can swap it in and set up, and at least you've got that to do some sort of damage there. Now, it is 4 times weak to Bug, which is a nasty weakness. A very, very nasty weakness. I've got the Terra type here as Dark. I honestly wouldn't probably be terroring this one. I mean, you could just terror it into a pure Dark type. That could work too, but I feel like there'd be better options of terroring Pokemon on your team in comparison to like just a bulky stalling Pokemon like this. But yeah, that's some movesets that you could definitely use here. Now, I just want to bring up its other status moves too. So it does have screens as well, so you can actually have this as a screener too. That would definitely work. Like, it's got light screens, so you could potentially do like, if you really wanted to, you could go like light clay. I'm just thinking on the spot here. I actually hadn't had a screening set, prepared here. So we've got light screens. So my goodness, like you could do something crazy like this. Like, look at this. Let's go. I don't know, depends what you want. Let's go like bold nature. So we've got bold nature, Tablets of Ruin, 25% drop, and you've got light screen on top of it, so like humongous special defense. Holy smokes, that's crazy. So as for recovery, let's have a look here. So it does get rest, which is I guess is okay, but it's not like it gets recover or something like that. This would be so much better if I had like recover. And, so it can be worn down, and it is reliant on using rest if it wants to heal. It does have lots of ways of healing, though. It has, like, Leech Seed and leftovers. You'll see a bit on it. I mean, it's even got other options outside. It's even got ingrain. You know, ingrain's a little bit gimmicky. It's also to note that it does get grassy terrain too, so that could be useful in a situation. Or you could, pair it with a Pokemon with grassy terrain, which would, definitely give it some more survivability. But you have to just watch out for bug type and fire type. Like bug, especially bug, will absolutely destroy this. And even fighting types are going to really do a lot of damage to it too. It's quite a passive Pokemon too. It doesn't really have anything amazing in attack and special attack, so it's not doing a lot of damage, right? So when you see Wo-Chien, you don't have to worry about too much damage. It's just going to do like annoying stuff like Leech Seed, fix damage with Ruination, setting up a screen here and there. So that's really all it's going to be doing, It's not going to be doing too much. It does get other options like Sunny Day and Rain Dance, depending if we want to go for like a weather team. There are those options there as well. You could even have Rain Dance. You could even have this on a rain team, that would be all right. And so there's some other move options there you can have it. So let's go to the next one here. This is a surprise spec set. Now, as I said, it doesn't really have the greatest offense in the world, but you could do some reasonable damage with Wo-Chien with the choice specs I was looking at. So I've run this one as max health EVs and max special attack modest nature. Depending on whether you want to use this in Trick Room or not, you could go quiet nature. It's pretty slow, and then obviously you'd be trying to do as little as EVs and speed as possible, depending on what platform you're playing on, the official games or Showdown or something like that. But yeah, anyway, so I've got modest nature on this. Now, it has Terra Blast. I've given it Terra Fire as a surprise for bugs. I think this would work very, very well. Say, for example, let's say Scissor comes in. Oh, I'll just go for like a bug-type move, a U-turn or something like that, Or like another, like a Bug Buzz Pokemon comes in, they're going to be pretty confident with that 4 times weakness, If you pop them back with a Terra Blast Fire, it's going to do a lot of damage, And, with that choice specs attached, it is going to hit reasonably hard. It is more of a surprise factor set. You've also got Giga Drain too, which is going to do a reasonable amount of damage, and of course, it's going to heal you up, which is always nice too. You've got Dark Pulse, and you've got Hex. Now, I put Hex in there because there's not many options for its special side. Hex would probably be best, once again, with some sort of entry hazards and stuff like that. I'll bring up its special moves here as well. You do have some other options if you want to go for a bit more power. If you're thinking, well, Giga Drain's a little bit lackluster. If I'm running specs, I want like power. So we've got Leaf Storm. Leaf Storm's going to be hitting a lot harder initially, for sure. It'll make you swap a lot more, though, using that. So you have to sort of use that when at a more appropriate time. If you want to go for something more balanced, it's always Energy Balls. It's always that in quite a few sets. It's like Giga Drain, Energy Ball, Leaf Storm. I like to go with Energy Ball a lot. That's a nice balance between them because you don't get the drop. It's more powerful than Giga Drain. And it's got that special defense chance of 10%. Not that that's a huge thing, but I feel like Energy Ball is a nice, happy medium there for a special attacker. Now, its other moves that it gets some other stuff like Pollen Puff. If you are running doubles and stuff like that, Pollen Puff could be handy if you want to heal your ally up there. So you could definitely run this more tanky, though. This would be more like, let me quickly just throw something real quick up here together. So you've got like, this could be Protect. My caps lock button is not turning off for some reason. Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure what I was doing. So we probably should like support this. So you got like Ruination, Protect, Pollen Puff. This could be kind of nice, And it's already quite defensive. I'd probably make this one. I'd make this more defensive in doubles. Gotta love the. Okay, so I'd run something like this in doubles. So we've got like Ruination, Protect, Pollen Puff. Like what else do we have on here? Let me see. Like. You could run like Body Press, like there you go. So that's not bad, it's going to be doing some decent damage. It's going to have decent bulk. You can Pollen Puff your the ally as well and heal. You've got Protect as well. You've got Ruination, fixed damage, and Body Press is going to do something as well for a decent amount of damage. So that's sort of like a build that could definitely work if you're playing, a VGC. You can play around, of course, with the EVs if you want to be able to live certain hits, but you're going to be living most, And as for its speed stat, well, it's not going to be outspeeding anything, So I don't think there's like too much point actually even going for that. Just bring up some other options you could use for doubles. There's not too many. You do have, you got Stun Spore as well, but I don't know. The thing about Stun Spore is it's got bad accuracy. 75% is kind of a bad accuracy, and You know, you could do something like Stun Spore, but I don't know. I feel like you're better off just going for another move. You could maybe Stun Spore and Hex or something like that. You could do something along those lines. Now, it does have another thing I've got to mention. It does have growth. So this, say if you ran this in the sun, like on a sun team, problem is it's speed. But maybe, actually, how about this? A Trick Room team that's got sun, right? So with growth, let's pretend that the sunny day is up, right? Let's pretend here, let's get rid of that set for a second. Let's pretend that we've got, where are you, Torkoal? Let's pretend we've got a Torkoal up and, you know, the sun is shining bright, right? And now we swap this in, and we're gonna be running this one in under Trick Room, right? So you have any sort of Trick Room user, send it in and go for a growth and get a attack or a special attack rise, which is going to be kind of nice. So you could definitely give this, like, let's give it a Quiet Nature. We want to get rid of that. Oh, cool. Quiet Nature, not Quirky. Never run Quirky. Okay, so we got growth here. So under the sun, this will give it some really, really nice special attack. You know, that'll be like ×2 in special attack. So it'll be hitting very hard. Now, when you go to its special attack, you got Solar Beam. So that will work really nicely. So you got growth and Solar Beam, which is good. Of course, you've got, now another move, I have to say this too, quickly on the doubles, another move that will be great in doubles is Snarl. That's good. I just seen that there. So that's just on the doubles thing. You can slot Snarl in there if you don't want Ruination, you know. Snarl's very nice and very, very handy in doubles. You can even go Throat Spray as Snarl option if you needed to there, but very, very good move in doubles there. Back to what we're doing here. So we got Dark Pulse, Growth, and Solar Beam, which is really nice, sweeping there. And we've also got Terra Blast too, so I'd go Fire Terra in the sun. That's pretty good, though, like, when you think about, like, you say you got a dedicated Trick Room team, right? You've got the sun up as well, so Trick Room with weather, or even a weather team, you know, you get that growth up. You've got enough, it's not like you don't have enough bulk to live, and then you go for that. You've got the option to go for Solar Beam, Dark Pulse, or Terra Blast. The only bad thing about running this in the sun is it is a grass-type Pokemon, so you might want to go for Terra Fire as soon as the opponent swaps in their fire type, get around it, and then hit them back with a Dark Pulse or something like that. But yeah, just another little bit of option there off the top of my head. Okay, so we've got this next set here. We've got an Assault Vest set. This has got Ruination, Giga Drain, Body Press, Terra Blast, Ground. So lots of coverage here. Assault Vest makes this thing just enormously bulky. Sort of, like, this and ting-lu are kind of similar, you know? They're just very, very tanky Pokemon. The only thing about ting-lu, it actually has some presence about it. This doesn't really have much, you know, offensive presence whatsoever. It really only has, like, a, you know, fixed damage move. But, yeah, I've got an Assault Vest set going here. This will just, you know, dish out some sort of damage here with Body Press. You've got Terra Blast, a bit of coverage, and Giga Drain. This Pokemon, I will say, this Pokemon's not really cut out to be a, you know, a sweep or a big damage Pokemon either, but it can work with a bit of surprise, but it's definitely more suited to, you know, support, you know, and bulk and tanking, you know. That's its bread and butter, as you can see by its stats and of course its ability too. But yeah, there's my Assault Vest set. Next set here, we've got, oh, this is a fun set. So we've got a physical set. Now, I was going over it and I'm like, let's see if we can get something out of this. See if we can squeeze something out of its physical attack. So we've got a Choice Band set here. So I've got Max Health, Max Attack here, Adamant Nature. Of course, if we want to do Trick Room, go Brave. And we've got Knockoff. Knockoff's good stat. You've got Choice Band's going to do some good damage. And you've got Power Whip as well. Power Whip's going to hit pretty hard. Now, I've got Zen Headbutt for fighting-type Pokemon, and I've also got Terra Blast Fire. You probably notice I like to go Terra Blast or Terra Fire a lot on this. That's because it's a big bug weakness, you know, and it's fire weakness. I think it's a very, very clever Terra to go for because it covers those big, big weaknesses, you know, and, you know, if you've got the fighting types, you've got Zen Headbutt there too. I think it's pretty good coverage, you know, all around. Let's have a look at this one here. I think I did that one already. Okay, this is my last one here. This is my Sustain Beast. This is a troll set, but really, it's going to be a nightmare to try and actually feint this. So, unless you've got like a, you know, a powerful bug type move, you know, of course everything's got their counter. So, I've got Rocky Helmet, and I've got Max Health and Max Special Defense Calm Nature, right? And I've got Ingrain. So, Ingrain, the thing about Ingrain is it heals a 16th per turn, right? And you've got Leech Seed on top of that too. So, you put the Leech Seed, you got the Ingrain. That's a lot of sustain right there. Now, the thing about ingrain you have to remember is if you use ingrain, most of the time, under most circumstances, you cannot swap out unless there's like some sort of gimmick item or ability. But yeah, ingrain you can't swap out. So once you've planted them roots, you're staying there, you know. So you got to make sure you're good to go and you can tackle everything that's still surviving on the, also still alive on the opponent's team. So you've got that there, and you've got Ruination just for fixed damage, and you've got Protect. All around a fairly basic build, but I think this would just be a pain to verse, you know. And you've also got Rocky Helmet there doing damage at the same time to anyone that hits you with a contacting move there. So that's going to be handy. That's a lot more you could actually do there at the same time. But yeah, that's just having a look at the rest of my not ting-lu, Wo-Chien. Ting-lu and Wo-Chien are very, very similar, you know. But yeah, to sum this Pokemon up, how to beat it, man, that's going to be. This thing's got lots of encounters. Let me bring this up there. Shift my keyboard a little bit closer. So I would say like this is the number one counter. Like Volcarona, you know, this just absolutely craps all over it. It's got Bug and Fire Stab. This will absolutely dominate it, you know, like unless like if you do what I said, right, you could tear it into a fire, which would really, really cause. Let's say we had a generic Quiver Dance, you know, the Quiver Dance Fiery sort of set there. Fiery Dance said, like, this would really, man, my Terra Fire idea would shut down probably the biggest counter to Wo-Chien. That's pretty impressive, you know. You get to shut it down with one Terra. If it wasn't running Giga Drain, which would be, most of the time, Volcarona likes to run Giga Drain so it can hit rock types. If it was running... No, there's really nothing you can do to it. No, that's completely shuts it down. If Wo-Chien isn't going to go for a Terra Fire, you got them. They're done. They won't be able to do anything. You could set up on it. What are they going to do to you? Ruination, you know? That's not going to do anything. So you could simply go Quiver Dance, Bug Buzz, and even like Throat Spray and just like dominate the opponent. So... yes, that's the biggest counter for that. Having a look at some other team support here. Well, I mean... really, this could work well. Once again, this could work pretty dang well with our friend Toxapex here, you know, like as a support partner. Very, very nice, you know, support there. Like covering each other's weaknesses pretty well. So you got that covering the fighting. You know, grass, well, you got the Toxapex there that can cover the ice. It's just good all around, you know, and you know, electric, well, you know, you can swap it back in. So they're going to work very well together. I can sort of see there's going to be a lot of ting-lu / Wo-Chien Toxapex cores. I can definitely see that happening already, you know. Okay, so we got some ghost type options here. So something like this could work well. So I was thinking a good partner that you could have a look at is also Scarlet. So you've got Dark and Grass here, right? So you're going to be weak to fire. And you're going to be weak to fighting. That's not bad, you know. Obviously, this would be like a, you know, just pretend this is like a sweeping set. I'll be doing a guide on Scarlet anyway, so, but yeah, that's not a bad swapping Pokemon there. Not a bad, and you've also got Flash Fire too. So that's kind of nice, you know. That's good, you know. Get around them fighting types. Get around them fire type moves. Boom, Flash Fire, swap it in, and do some mega damage with that 1.5 times boost. I think that's pretty good. Anyway, boo, that's going to be it for Wo-Chien today. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you got anything to add, please make sure you do in the comment section of the video. If you enjoyed this, please drop a like there. Please support the series. It's something I quite like doing. It's nice and chill, and it's a little bit different to my normal content. All right, I'll be back with probably the final Treasure Ruin, I think tomorrow. I think I've done 3 of them today. So tomorrow, there'll be a couple of Pokemon sweeps, theme teams, and I'll probably finish off the last one of the treasures. All right, people. Peace out.